An apology from Isleta Pueblo after preliminary findings reveal one of their crews caused the doghead fire. Residents react. Plus, she used to uphold the law. Now she's charged with breaking it. What her former cop colleagues have to say about an accused robber. And what you need to know about holiday patrols from firefighters and police. Good morning, I'm Catherine Jones. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll get to those stories in just a few moments.
And I'm Chris Gilson. It is Saturday, July 2nd, inching closer to the big 4th of July.
I can't believe it.
I know. This is like the halfway point of summer, kind of. You know, you have Memorial Day on the front end, 4th of July in the middle, and then Labor Day at the end.
All right, yeah, I've never thought of it that way.
It's kind of the halfway point.
It's also America's birthday.
It is.
That's something to celebrate.
Yeah, it is something to celebrate. And if you are celebrating this weekend, do it so safely and enjoy yourself. You may have to dodge a few raindrops later on today. We're starting out dry, mild, and happens in a few moments.
Thanks, Chris. Getting answers. The Forest Service now has its initial findings as to the cause of the doghead fire. Officials told residents a thinning project sparked the nearly 18,000-acre blaze. Specifically, a tool called a masticator. They say it grinds and shreds trees, spreading chips around the forest to reduce the fire hazard. But this time, officials say those chips caught fire. Even so, Forest Service officials say they don't plan to put a halt to projects like the one that sparked the blaze.
The thinning efforts, although it's unfortunate with this outcome, we still believe that this is important work and committed to doing this work to try to reduce the fire hazard in the future.
Residents were outspoken about their concerns, saying thinning crews should have been better prepared. A complete report is expected at the end of the month, but the Forest Service says there was no criminal wrongdoing found. The Isleta Pueblo, whose crew was responsible, released a statement expressing, quote, heartfelt sympathy for those who lost homes or property. The blaze started June 14th near the 4th of July campground and burned about a dozen homes. Another fire in the Manzano Mountains is out this morning. Lightning sparked a small wildfire about 11 miles from where the doghead fire burned. But the Comanche fire is now contained. It burned just over an acre southwest of Capilla Peak on Thursday. Air support got to work fast, helping to keep the blaze small until ground crews could reach it. Developing overnight, law enforcement shut down part of I-40 at San Mateo while crews soaked up thousands of gallons of fuel from the roadway, or gallons rather, of fuel from the roadway. There's about 3,500, they think, in this tractor trailer. Take a look at this video we shot a little after 2 this morning. It wasn't long after crews responded. Albuquerque police tell us this tractor trailer hit something in the road. Whatever it was, punctured the fuel tank, causing a leak. No word on what exactly punctured the tank or how much fuel was spilled, but police say the truck, again, was carrying about 3,500 gallons. State police named the man officers shot and killed on the Laguna Pueblo. They say a woman in Belen reported her truck stolen on Monday. Tribal police later spotted it on the Pueblo. They called in state police, who says 26-year-old Travis Vieira of Los Lunas shot at them. They returned fire, killing Vieira. Police say Vieira had 2 warrants out for his arrest. The first man to die in a self-driving car crash was a UNM student. Josh Brown was using the feature on his Tesla Model S when he collided with a truck in Florida in May. Police say the truck pulling a semi-trailer made a left turn in front of Brown's Model S. The Tesla's roof struck the underside of the trailer, passed underneath, and eventually hit a pole. He posted this video to YouTube months ago, showing the autopilot's ability to avoid the accident on the highway.
Get to your destination slightly slower, but hey, at least now you don't have to worry about anything. It's just let it go.
Tesla confirms the car's autopilot was activated. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is now looking into the crash. UNM says Brown attended the university in the 1990s. Thousands end up at the emergency room this time of year with fireworks injuries. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says there were 11 deaths and nearly 12,000 emergency room visits last year because of fireworks. These explosions with mannequins, believe it or not, are recreations of actual accidents involving fireworks. Safety experts say the best advice is to use common sense and leave professional-grade fireworks to professionals. The 4th of July can be a stressful time for pets, especially the ones who like to stay outside. Animal Welfare is encouraging folks to take simple precautions during the 4th of July festivities. They suggest leaving your pets home and indoors. Keep the room closed off, well lit, cool, and leave them with familiar toys and sounds or with music. You should also ensure they have ID tags and are microchipped in case they run off. A former Bloomfield High School teacher is beginning an 18-month sentence in prison for molesting a student. It's the maximum allowed under a plea agreement. Benjamin Griffith will have to register as a sex offender, but Griffith is also facing a lawsuit from the victim, who claims the Bloomfield School District should never have hired the former teacher in the first place. He was accused of inappropriate behavior with girls before in Las Cruces. Former Roswell police officer accused of holding up a restaurant now faces charges. 24-year-old Valerie Palombi was fired from the Roswell Police Department earlier this year. Police say surveillance video shows her and 24-year-old Kevin Blake robbing the Subway restaurant on North Main Street. Officers say Blake pulled a gun on employees while Palombi cleaned out the register. Both were arrested Thursday night. She was a Roswell police officer for 2 years. Fired in January when officers say she started shooting inside her house while threatening suicide. Roswell police say it's upsetting.
Obviously disappointed that we're dealing with a former officer for a second time now in recent months.
Palombi is being held on a $25,000 bond. No one won last night's jackpot for the Mega Million lottery, which means it's now up to $449 million. The winning numbers drawn Friday night were 20, 41, 42, 45, 49, with a mega ball of 14. It's the third largest Mega Millions jackpot ever. The next drawing is set for Tuesday night. The annual UFO Festival kicks off this weekend in Roswell. There's plenty of food, music, an electric light parade, and of course, a lot of extraterrestrials. Today, the Roswell Museum and Art Center is hosting an alien costume contest for pets and humans. It's one of the most popular events during the festival, especially for kids. The festival runs through Sunday. Drink, drive, get caught. How police are cracking down on drunk drivers this holiday weekend. And some good news for those who like to dine out. What new numbers have to say about food safety at your favorite restaurants. That's after the break.
Watch live streaming on the KRQE News app.
Thanks for staying with us on this Saturday morning. A live look at downtown Albuquerque. Just some clouds left over after rain showers moved through Albuquerque last night. We'll talk about who could see more rain today coming up in a few moments. Catherine.
Thank you, Chris. Here's some good news for frequent restaurant goers. The number of restaurants flunking their health inspections is on the decline. News 13's Gabrielle Burkhart has more.
At Mario's Pizzeria in Albuquerque, you'll notice pizza making is a family affair.
So you got all three generations here.
This is the owner, Eddie Bergarello. His 82-year-old Sicilian dad, Mario, opened up shop in 1986.
Everything he knows.
Eddie's daughter works here too.
This restaurant means everything to our family.
But it's not just good food a good restaurant has to worry about. The Bergarellos say they work hard to keep everything clean and to keep this green sticker in the window issued by the city's Environmental Health Department.
Make sure the floors are clean, the ceilings are clean.
It turns out this year, fewer restaurants in Albuquerque are getting the dreaded red tag, which is a good thing.
If that red sticker is up there, that's a warning sign that they've missed the mark on enough things that we're concerned about it.
In 2013, 144 businesses failed health inspections. Mark Jimena says part of that was due to restaurants not paying fees, but there can be other problems.
Everything from the temperatures that food's being held at, the way it's being handled, make sure people are wearing gloves.
So far in 2016, there are only 21 places with red tags. That's out of thousands. Mayor Richard J. Berry attributes that to health inspectors working more with restaurants.
Help them succeed while you're keeping people safe, and I think that's starting to show.
At Mario's, they're proud of their red and green, particularly on the pies.
We're in New Mexico. Pepperoni and green chili, that's the best.
Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE News 13.
The owners of Mario's Pizza say they've taken health safety a step further. They do their own weekly inspections to make sure everything's up to code. The Environmental Health Department does surprise inspections at least twice a year. If you want to see how certain restaurants fared, we posted a link in our story on the KRQE News app. It's a holiday weekend, and that means Albuquerque police officers will be out in force keeping drunk drivers off the streets. Both police and firefighters remind you to be responsible this weekend. According to the National Highway Traffic Administration, the 4th of July is one of the deadliest holiday weekends with record traffic on the roads. Police say drive sober or expect to get pulled over.
We consider the 4th of July to be one of our special projects for DWI enforcement, so we're able to put additional resources out into the field to address the drunk drivers.
The mayor suggests you designate a driver, call a cab, or use Uber if you're planning to drink. Rain showers around the metro, when we can expect the heat to return, coming up in your full forecast. And a heartwarming video of a cat's escape goes viral. The story behind this amazing friendship coming up. Forging lasting relationships is all about breaking down barriers, or in this case, climbing over them. Watch as this kitten scales the wall of its enclosure at a pet shop in Taiwan to hang out with its neighbor, a puppy. The pup shows its appreciation. Obviously, he's lonely in there with a bunch of kisses. I wonder how many times that cat's done that. Okay, because that was pretty good for a first try, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that there's not someone there 24/7 to watch over these animals, so they could be up to no good at night when no one's around. You know, like that movie, the movie coming out, The Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah.
It could be a real thing. There it is, right there, proof.
Exactly. But I mean, those cats, you know, they'll get themselves into anything if they want to.
That's true. They are very sneaky creatures.
They are.
Way more so than dogs.
Yes, they are. All right, we're going to see the chance for showers and thunderstorms once again later on today, especially around the mountains in places like the Sacramento Mountains, Cloudcroft. You're waking up to sunshine, but later on this afternoon, we still have a lot of moisture in place, so we could see sunshine for Monday afternoon.
That's great news.
Yeah. We're going to heat things up, and it's looking good for the 4th.
Perfect. So that means I can keep my holiday plans.
Yes, you can. You can, Catherine.
Excellent.
Go for it.
Thanks, Chris. Now here's a live look outside at downtown Albuquerque from our roof cam. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Download the KRQE News app now.
Welcome back. An Albuquerque woman will be swinging onto a national reality TV show. American Tarzan will run on the Discovery Channel starting next Wednesday. The show claims to be the most extreme obstacle course ever. 5 men and 2 women will compete, including Maria Herrera. Herrera graduated from West Mesa High School. Her parents say growing up, they knew they were in for a lifetime of adventure.
As a child, she's always been one that is a climber and always been very adventurous. In fact, many times would scare the heck out of me because she had no fear.
Herrera's parents say she was the only girl on the high school wrestling team. She now lives in San Diego. I can imagine so.
Yes,
I don't know that I would be able to be on a wrestling team with a bunch of dudes. Not me.
Not for you.
I don't know.
Not boxing either, like we talked about with the little girl.
Hey, I'm warming up to boxing.
Yeah.
All right? I mean, I would love to be able to do it, but I don't know how now.
Yeah.
So right now I would lose, maybe in the future.
Never too late to start, Catherine.
That's right.
Temperatures into the middle to upper 80s today, 90s return for Sunday and Monday. Just a slight chance for a spot storm later on today.
Well, that does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
More news and weather over on Channel 13 if you're just joining us starting at 7 o'clock. We'll see you later.